All I can say is that the fake news just doesn't get it, do they? I learned this very, very vividly in 2003. So I was an embedded correspondent during the Iraq War, and it was a pretty hellacious time. 4 journalists, that I was with, died by the time we got to Baghdad. It was crazy. Then I get back, and a few months later, I go to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, because I was a big-time war correspondent. And I heard George W. Bush say this. He was offensive, but what was even worse was the laughter. You may remember that we never found weapons of mass destruction. The whole point of going to Iraq was to get those weapons, right? They just laughed it off.
Those weapons of mass destruction got to be somewhere. Nope, no weapons over there. Maybe under here.
People died looking for those weapons of mass destruction, and then it became a punchline, and you heard everybody laughing. I was in the room. I wasn't laughing. I was fresh off the battlefield. And you know what? I had a couple of close calls over there myself. So I didn't really fit in Washington, D.C. I used to think it was me. Now I'm pretty sure it was them. So the White House Correspondents' Dinner, they had another one this past week, and I guess the first in 3 years, and everybody kind of feels like a celebrity. That's part of it. Oh, and they give each other awards, trophy after trophy, to fake news reporter after fake news reporter. Most of the night is handing out various awards and trophies. I still don't know what they did, why they did, how they, I mean, it's just, here's Jonathan Karl, one of the fakest of them all, getting an award or passing the baton. Yeah, another award. Who needs these silly awards? What did they do? What have they done? All right, Trevor Noah was the MC. Look, I got to give it to him. He was somewhat funny. I'd give him a B, maybe even a B+. Yes, he's woke. Yes, he's left, but he caught a couple of zingers in there. Joe Biden did not make fun of the media. Interesting. Why would he? The media protects him full time. Full time, they protect him. Yeah, nice job on the tie, by the way. His observations about the media were seriously off, though. At least the media as it exists right now.
I've always believed that good journalism holds up a mirror to ourselves to reflect on the good, the bad, and the truth.
The last time somebody did that, which was about a week ago, holding up a mirror to Libs of TikTok. Libs of TikTok is a great Twitter site, and all they do is look at these crazy liberals on TikTok and put it out there for the world. Libs of TikTok, they were assailed and attacked, and all they did was put up a mirror to these freaks. Anyway, yeah, and they got nailed for it, for just doing their jobs. But back to the dinner. So much. It wasn't about comedy. It was about puffing up, encouraging the press and overdoing it. I mean, it was over-the-top praise. Take a look.
At home, a poison is running through our democracy. What's clear, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, that you, the free press, matter more than you ever did in the last century. Our future is bright. It's not guaranteed, because democracy is never guaranteed.
Every single one of you, whether you like it or not, is a bastion of democracy.
Our democracy depends on journalists shining light and truth upon darkness and lies, and bringing accountability to officials at every level of our government.
So long as they are not a Democrat, okay? Especially if they are Trump people. I mean, Joe Biden is in front of these reporters every day, and he doesn't get a question about the laptop. And we now know that Joe Biden has lied about the laptop to everybody.
50 former national intelligence folks who said that what he's accusing me of is a Russian plant. 5 former heads of the CIA, both parties, say what he's saying is a bunch of garbage. It's all a smear. Every major outfit, every serious investigator has pointed out that this is a smear. This is classic Trump.
Mr. Biden, what is your response to the New York Post story about your son, sir?
I know you'd ask it. I have no response. It's another smear campaign. Right up your alley. Those are questions you always ask.
Not only is he a liar, he's a nasty, nasty liar. And he gets to stand up in front of that crowd and praise their seeking of the truth. And the crowd, by the way, they eat it up. They love it. They're flattered. Oh, just flatter them. They'll fall for it every time. It's pretty amazing. The President of the United States just got caught in one of the biggest lies ever told, and he's not been asked about it. He's not been confronted. They protect him. Meanwhile, take a rank-and-file Republican. I don't know, maybe Kevin McCarthy. All right, he's not rank-and-file. He's officially the leader, but most Americans could not pick this guy out of a lineup. I mean, he's a pretty, average-looking guy, and unless you follow politics, you probably don't know who Kevin McCarthy is. But, when they caught Kevin McCarthy having a conversation that, quite frankly, in his defense, he may have forgotten about, what do they call him? Remember?
House Republican leader Kevin McCarthy is a liar.
There's no way to listen to that tape and to think that Kevin McCarthy told the truth.
It was a lie. He was caught in a lie. He's a bad liar.
You have, of course, Kevin McCarthy lying here.
We see Kevin McCarthy going from lying to lying about lying.
Oh, they got that Kevin McCarthy lying. But the President of the United... And by the way, Kevin McCarthy may have just forgotten, but Joe Biden didn't forget. And they all let it go. All those silly people with all their awards, all their propaganda, all their silly self-talk about seeking the truth. And they get lied to, their faces, by a guy in a crooked bow tie. Anybody see that, by the way? Joe Biden. He's as crooked as that bow tie. Crooked Joe! It's even catchier than Crooked Hillary.